Executive Brief. Executive Brief.
My good people of Abia State, it is my honor and pleasure to address
From the seat of governance in Abia, God's own state, comes a compendium of the governor's weekly engagement in the service to humanity and God.
This government is in its second and final tenure, and therefore we are in a hurry to gain traction and achieve what our mandate the people have given to us and defined for us as assignment.
Join the Chief Press Secretary to Abia State Governor Onyebuchi Ememanka on Flow 94.9 FM as he tracks Governor Ikpeazu'S activities in delivering on the social contract with the good people of Abia State.
We have received awards and acknowledgement as the SME capital of Nigeria in recent times.
Executive Brief.
Every Friday at 9:30 a.m.
on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. Executive Brief from the horse's mouth.
There is now a deliberate effort to ensure that our infrastructure is solid and durable.
This morning on the Executive Brief. Well, it's a program that brings to you the activities of the executive of the Abia State government led by Okezie Victor Ikpeazu, PhD. This program is brought to you courtesy the office of the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor and is a live simulcast on Flow 94.9 FM Umwa and Real 99.1 FM Abba. My name is Temple Barra, and in the studios with me this morning is none other than the Chief Press Secretary to the Abia State Governor, Barrister Onyebuchi Ememanka, lawyer in journalism.
Thank you very much, TC Barra.
Good morning to you.
It's good to be here.
You've been away.
I was missing in action last.
No, you were not missing in action. You decided to be AWOL.
Well, at times when you find yourself in public service, the job swallows you completely, and
but you refuse to mention where you were.
The truth is that I had a family engagement, private engagement, family engagement. We attended a burial at Nsukka. So I had to discharge that family obligation, and I duly took permission from my boss, the governor of Abia State, and it was a difficult one because we were in Akure on Wednesday. From Akure to Ondo town. And later that night we still made it to Lagos. Then for some meetings involving the governor, and we returned on Thursday, and
took off on Friday.
On Friday I took off to be with my family. So yes.
All right. Now you would confirm to me live on air that the governor is back to Abia State.
The governor has been around since. The governor has been here since we went to Akure on Wednesday. Returned to Abia on Thursday. The governor has been here. Within the week, the early stages of the week, the governor had an urgent meeting at the presidency, and he went to Abuja on Monday and returned on Tuesday. He's been around.
Okay, so now governors are to take charge of the police tactical units in the states. It's no longer news that hashtag NSAS has been trending, and the IGP made an information press release stating that the new formation or tactical unit that will be in charge of fighting criminalities and crime is going to be called SWAT, Special Weapon and Tactics. Some media releases or press releases surfaced again online stating that SWAT has always been in existence. But what is new to the table is the fact that governors will take charge of some of these tactical units. Let's start off with the protest. We had pockets of protest in Abia State, Aba and Umuahia. 2 days in Umma, I think Monday and Tuesday. Monday, they were met by the leadership of the State House of Assembly. The Speaker, very much, part of that leadership and on ground, talking about, I beg your pardon, the name is just keep it, Ikuku. Let's go with that. And
Right Honorable Chinedum Orji.
Exactly, Right Honorable Chinedum Orji. And the Governor's Chief of Staff, talking about Dr. Ikpeazu'S, met with the protesters on Tuesday because they had gathered in front of Government House Gate just along Akanubiam Road there. Governor Okezie Victor Ikpeazu is aware, isn't he, of this protest?
Everybody is aware.
Okay, so now, if you had to place it side by side with the governors taking charge of the tactical unit, do you think it's the way to go? Do you think this will solve the problem?
Let me say this: the NSAS protest is what I call people action.
People action.
Yes, it is a widespread response by the populace, by the people of this country against clear, not just perceived again, clear cases of deliberate injustice, deliberate suppression, deliberate violence against the persons of Nigerians. The SARS issue is well known. I've been a victim myself.
You have?
Oh yes, even as chief press secretary of the governor. They didn't attack me personally, but they subjected me to very difficult situations. It was on a environmental sanitation day, and the governor had programs that morning. In fact, he had a meeting with, I think, the BBC correspondents, and when the sanitation program is a program of the Abia State government, and usually when announcements are made, certain people are exempted who are on essential duties. And chief press secretary to the governor, who is going to manage an interview of the governor, is on essential duty. That is the truth. Now, when they stopped me, I told them who I was, showed them my ID card. They insisted that I must stop. In fact, while that thing was on, the suspended chairman of Aba North Local Government, Chief Victor Ubane, was passing. He was on inspection of the cleanup and saw me with the SARS men. He stopped, to find out what, because tempers were rising, and the man stopped to intervene in what was happening, and they threatened to shoot him right around Abia Poli.
The question now is,
I showed them my ID card. I even recognize one of them who knows me.
Is it SARS's responsibility, or the disbanded, was it their responsibility?
I told them that the cleanup exercise is an exercise of the Abia State government, and that I even told them to follow me to the lodge where they can see what is happening. They refused. So, but that is beside the point. The point is that the NSAS protest is timely. If nothing was done, those people were going to commit a lot of havoc, more havoc.
So how did you get over that?
Well, what can I do? What can I do? You don't argue with a man who has a gun, because I don't have a gun. When Jimbo iPad and Biro, the man who has a gun, you don't know the state of his mind. You do not know if he's acting under certain influences. And Ababo, that is it. So I was very calm. They kept me there for about 30 minutes. I had to place a call, to the security guys at the lodge, who now came. Policemen who now came and quote and unquote rescued me. So the point is that if you look at the nature of the protest across the country, you know that people are simply fed up. And this is a democracy. People must speak their minds.
Well, governors taking charge of the tactical units, and as against the backdrop of state policing and
it is
and all that.
That was the outcome, one of the outcomes of the National Economic Council meeting yesterday, of course, with Governor Okezie took part. It was a virtual meeting presided over by the Vice President. There is urgent need to recalibrate completely the security architecture of this country. You cannot say that a governor is the chief security officer of his state and he does not have any control whatsoever over any force, any security agency in this country, and you call him the chief. That it is a position without a portfolio. So that pronouncement by the National Economic Council is over timely. Governors must be given authority to manage security forces in their states. Like politics, every crime is local. states are peculiar. The challenges that face us in Abia are different from the challenges that face people in Kano. So if you bring a man from Kano to come and head the police formation here and does not take orders from the governor except routine administrative orders, the man from Kano State, who probably has never lived in Igbo land before, comes here as commissioner of police, does not understand the ways of our people, does not understand certain things about our people. He only comes with a straight-jacketed mindset of policing. There will be problems. So by making that move, the National Economic Council has realized that the current over-centralized police structure in this country is not right.
Okay, now has this been passed into law? Is there an executive order backing this pronouncement?
The National Economic Council has certain responsibilities under the Constitution, certain powers under the Constitution.
Okay,
and having come from there, I believe the federal government will take necessary steps, to put it into practice. And it is right. A lot of people have argued against state police and all that. That's not why I'm here.
You don't want to talk about that?
No, I can't talk about that because I am spokesman to the governor of Abia State.
Okay,
and
I want to ask you a question. Would you say local governments in Abia State are autonomous? Because people are clamoring for state policing and autonomy of the local government.
Local governments are autonomous. Are we not preparing for local government elections in Abia State? We are preparing for local government elections. The second under this administration. By December, there will be elections. What other autonomy do you want?
All right, so the governor is back to Abia State within the week, and
the governor has always been here, like I told you. He has always been here.
Okay, so he went back home to Omobiakwa.
Oh yes,
and he spent some time with his kinsmen, handed them a hall and a market, widely celebrated. And much cheers.
The Igbo say, "Akurulo." It is only natural that when a community produces a son who becomes governor of the state, certain things should be in place in that community.
Okay.
I mean, the people of Umuobekwa have always had a community hall. They've always had markets too, but the governor felt that there was need for some scaling up to modernize the place and make it look like a community that their son is a sitting governor. And what he did was simply to give back to his people. Umuobekwa community in Obingwa. I say in Obingwa because I suddenly realized that there are about 5 to 6 different Umuobekwa villages in Abia State. Okay. I just realized that. In fact, on that day, Umuobekwa village in Umukabia, Umuahia North, were there to celebrate with their.
So we have different Umuobekwa.
Yes, and by Igbo custom, once these names are similar, that is a sign of ancestral relationships, and they can't even marry. They can't intermarry.
Oh really?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, man. Jokwajuju before. Okay, Lola. So the point is this: the governor simply decided to share the day with his people. Inaugurated the civic hall he built for them, and the market, the civic hall and the market. There's a way very beautiful place, so that the village, the market women in the village can have a more comfortable place to do their trade, do their business. And the governor was very specific about telling them to maintain the environmental sanitation of that area.
Okay.
And of course, you know that the road from Obikabia Junction, which will pass through Umuobekwa, is on course. A lot of people have said it's taking time, but the point is that it is on course and it will be completed.
Well, there's this issue that's been trending on social media, and a lot of people have not come to the realization, but I want to confirm from you first before putting it out there. Did the governor approve or instruct APSEC to reduce the cost of nomination of forms for local government elections?
APSEC is an independent body. Abia State Independent Electoral Commission. Beyond administrative matters, the APSEC does not take orders from the governor of Abia State.
Okay.
It's an institution established by law. It's a statutory institution. It is an institution that organizes elections. Elections all over the world is about the people.
But the governor appointed the.
That is what somebody has to appoint. The president appoints the INEC chairman. Isn't it? The chairman of ABSEC will not fall. Somebody has to appoint them. But as they continue with their job, they've been holding interactive sessions with political parties. They've been meeting with the parties, and some parties have expressed concern about the high cost of the fees. And as an organization headed by an eminent professor, they had to go back and took a second look, so that nobody will say tomorrow that he couldn't contest the elections because the fees were too high. I mean, 400,000 naira for Onyechore's or chairman local government. If you cannot afford, every election is not by force, so everybody must not contest elections. Everybody do election. If you cannot afford 400,000 naira above form ticket, above form as a chairman, then you have no business running in that election. You can try the I understand councillorship is 100,000. You can go there. Your elections are not cheap anywhere in the world. You have to buy forms now. So if you cannot afford 400,000 to run for chairmanship of a local government, then there's no point. You don't have to. You can run for councillor. And I want to use this opportunity to throw this challenge to opposition parties. It is not to come to social media and talk. Now it is time. Bring those ideas. There are election experts all over Abia State who dramatize their expertise on social media. Now it is time for election. It is time to come and run elections in your own local government or in your own ward. Yeah? If you are popular in your place, certain wards are made up of 2-3 villages. If you are popular, if your people want you, my brother, nobody can stop it. As long as you are qualified and you comply with what the law says. So it is time now. It is not to be on social media and speak long grammar and bring us forms of political hypotheses which are non-existent. It is time. Politics is practical. Let them take this advantage and participate in this election. Give your people the opportunity to vote for you. Some of them who are on social media live in Lagos and Port Harcourt. They don't come home. They do their own politics on Facebook. They have not. Some of them have not been home in 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. I can assure you. I know a lot of them. So let us practice democracy now. The opportunity is there. So if you don't come back home to contest election, you remain on social media typing chaka every day. Don't blame anybody.
All right, we'd like you to give us an update on the solar-powered water distribution that's supposed to happen in Abia State. Has there been?
You see, that project is a World Bank project. Okay. I think I need people to understand this. It is a program done in collaboration between the state government and the World Bank.
Okay.
Okay. The key things, like the day the government went to do the inspection, the key things are in place. The major things are in place. Right now in this studio, because of the nature of my job, I've not had time to go back to it. But I like this question. I am going to meet with the general manager of the water board today, or rather the commissioner for public utilities, and get an update on how far, because I am aware, I saw with my eyes that all the equipment are in place. The solar powered panels are there. They are just there at the ministry office, at the headquarters of the water board. If you go there, you see them with your eyes. So we need to know the stage where we are now and when water will start rushing. Nobody knows what is happening there because I have not gone there, and a lot of information has not come out there. But I know that from the last time the governor went there and now, a lot must have happened. I make you this commitment. I will find out what the stage of the situation is. I'll probably make a post on it.
All right, I'd like you to also follow up on a particular issue. The trend is the fact that Abia line transport workers have been protesting non-payment of salary.
Yes.
And they're protesting that they've not been paid by the Abia State government. The Commissioner for Information did a detailed report, expatiating on ministries that have been paid and subventions that have been released to, parastatals, as it were, indicating that Abia line are being paid by management. But I want you to also follow up. What do the protesters want? Do they want Abia State government to intervene, or do they want them to pay them?
Let me address that issue.
Okay.
I am the spokesman of the governor of Abia State.
Okay.
And I want to put this on record.
Okay.
That when the governor appoints someone to head a critical agency of government, it is expected that that person should perform.
Okay.
If you're unable to perform, if there are challenges that are stopping you militating against your performance, what you should do is to get back to the appointing authority and relay this information to him. We are all living, we live here, and we know that private companies, private transport companies, Pismas, so many other companies expand every day. The transport industry is so dynamic that any transporter who is unable to expand and make profit is a bad manager. I said I want to be put on record. Private persons buy buses and give to people on hire purchase, and that driver is expected to recover the money within like 8-9 months, and they succeed in doing it. The man who bought the bus gets his money, the driver gets his bus at the end of the day, and everybody is happy. Transport companies are into haulage. Transport companies are into courier services.
Okay. Taking
letters. If you go to Pismas now to send a letter to Lagos, you pay at least 3,000, between 2,000 and 3,000 naira for one letter. Imagine where they get 100 in a day. I know it is very reliable because that bus will certainly reach that day.
Okay.
And the next day the person comes to pick it. Abuja, all this, Port Harcourt. How do you explain that a transport company that you see every day, you see Abia line vehicles on the road, plying the roads, you are unable to pay salaries for the workers themselves said that for 2 years they have not been able to earn salaries for beyond 4 months in a transport company. And take note, Abia Transport is an independent, a limited liability company. It is
a limited liability.
Oh yes, that is what it is. It is called Abia Line Networks Limited. It is a limited liability company. Abia State government is just a shareholder. So the point is this: it is indicative of a clear failure of management. And
so what can be done about this?
The shareholders of the company would need to meet and find a way forward. The Abia State government cannot go to pay salaries of Abia transport workers when it is a limited liability company that is supposed to make profit.
Okay. Having said that, we'd want to move on now because we're completely out of time. We hear from the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development that contact sports can resume, especially football, with fans staying away from the stadium for the time being. We have a press release from the Office of the Minister of Youth and Sports in Abia State.
Commissioner?
The commissioner, stating that a governor's pre-season tournament is going to hold. A committee has been set up, and also the governor's scope. A whole lot is happening in the area of sports within, a short frame. All of this coming up with the announcement of the ban on sporting activities. Why's the governor going into sports with so much energy?
Well, the governor has always loved sports. He is a sports person himself. He does a lot of sports, football, table tennis, and a lot of track and field sports. It's just a way to create a platform to, support what the youths of Abia State are doing, give them a platform to showcase themselves. You and I know that sports these days, in terms of making money.
Okay.
If you are able to, Samuel Chukwueze, who is a big boy today, started here. He's about one of the richest Nigerian footballers today. So the governor has a responsibility to provide a platform for youths of Abia State to showcase their sports talents and possibly from there, God willing, make a living from it and bring honor to the people of Abia State.
All right, thank you very much, Chief Press Secretary. Hopefully, we'll have you next week. Are there any itineraries you'd want to share with us of the governor for next week?
No. I cannot do that. I am sure in the coming week, there will be a lot of activities, and I will keep our people posted as usual through our various channels, and I think it's only proper to wish the people of Abia State a wonderful weekend, and may God bless us all, and may God bless Abia State.
All right, thank you very much, Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Abia State, Barrister Onyebuchi Ememanka. It's been the executive brief, live simulcast on Flow 94.9 FM Umuahia and Real 99.1 FM Aba. Join us next week for another episode. Many thanks to the producer of this program, Samson Eze. My name is Tempo Barra. Up next is Inside Abia. Have a great day.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business, high-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.